G'day and welcome back to some more pen reviews. Today I'll be reviewing a pocket pen, the Pilot E95S. I believe these were made as a reproduction to a pen that was made quite a long time ago, back in the 70s or 80s or something. They're quite a nice pen, they're good for your pocket, so they're a nice small size. Just go over the quick description of it. There's nothing on either end, it's just flat. You got a gold coloured clip which works reasonably well. I wouldn't want to put too much force on it or I might break it, but it works well for the job. You get a gold ring here. It's a silver matte finish on the cap. Then around here you got a bit of a more decorative gold section. It says Pilot Japan on the back there, and it's got like a upside down 3 or something on the cap. Then I've just got the sticky here because it's a medium. I've got the red version. It's quite nice. These pens are designed so that when you pull them apart and push them together like that, they just slip fit. There's this rig in the center which has a raised part, so it doesn't push any further down or any further back. It always stays at that point. That's why this cap is so long, so that overall the pen when pushed together it's quite small, but then when you put it together to write with, it becomes a fairly decent writing pen. Quite easy to use, as you can see in my hand there. It's quite a good size. They use an inlaid nib. This is the Pilot inlaid nib, I guess. It's a 14 carat medium. This one's medium. Fairly standard feed. Quite a nice pen. They use I think it's the Con 20 converter, which is a aerometric converter. So you just squeeze, put it in, squeeze, and then it sucks out. So it's got only a little section for the barrel, very small barrel, but you're buying it to be more compact and easier to use in your pocket. These are quite nice. This one I actually bought modified from, I think it was John Modishaw, from nibs.com. Bought this and asked for it to be just adjusted for my handwriting, which he did a great job when he did that. Very happy with that. Quite a nice pen. I found that this fits in your pocket quite comfortably. Good for everyday use if you want to throw it in, say, a purse, or throw it in next to your wallet in your pocket or a top pocket. It doesn't come apart very easy. It does take a little bit of force, so that's good. You can actually feel when it pushes together, it seals quite well. I've found that this pen, I have had it modified to be a little bit more wet than the standard pen. But when you leave it capped and laying down, I've had this one capped and laying down unused for about 6 weeks. And it wrote first time when I put it to paper. Quite impressed with that. Must seal very well inside. So yeah, quite like this pen. It lasts quite a while, not being used if it's laying down. The ink capacity is not too bad. It's typical for the Con 20 converter. But yeah, it's a really nice pen. I quite like the look of the pen, especially when you've got it posted. And it's got quite the sort of older look from the 70s or 80s. The inlaid nib is quite nice. It's nice and shiny, it's quite large. It's a very decorative sort of pen. So I definitely recommend these, they're quite nice. I believe you can get the vintage ones with the gold nib as well. But you just got to watch out because a lot of the vintage ones also came with steel nibs. And I found that the steel nib ones aren't as good. I did try one a while ago, and yeah, it wasn't very good at all. But that's just my experience with the vintage one. But I bought the brand new ones that are released by Pilot purely because I like them. The clip is a little bit angled and it's got Pilot just written there, pretty standard. But it all goes together really well. So I'll give you some details to the size of the pen just so you can find out whether you'd be able to use it or not. Alright, so capped. It's quite small, it's only 119 millimeters or 11.9 centimeters. Uncapped, it's 105 millimeters. Posted, it becomes a very respectable 147 millimeters, which makes it great for writing. It's quite a comfortable pen. I quite like this pen. I bought it because it looked awesome, but yeah, writing with it is great as well. Grip, about around this section down here is about 10.8 millimeters, and the barrel goes up to about 11 millimeters. I think at the little ring section there that's raised, it's about 11 millimeters. So when you put this on, the cap's about 11 millimeters as well. So, but that's a lot further up your hand. It's not really impacting on your grip section at all if you like a smaller pen. With the cap, it weighs 17 grams, and without the cap, it's 11.6 grams. So it's quite a light pen, nice and easy to throw in your pocket. If you're looking for something with a nice beautiful gold nib that you can just throw in a pocket, isn't too expensive. I believe this is probably one of the cheapest gold nib pens you can get at the moment that's not vintage or second hand. I think they're about $120, give or take. Not quite sure, I can't remember. So they're quite a cheap pen for what you get, and I think they're quite good value. Alright, so we'll get to a writing sample and show you what it does. Thank you. Okay, so this is a writing sample for the Pilot E95S. I'll just show you the inlaid nib here. It's quite a nice design. 14 karat, quite like this pen. I'll show you how the filling mechanism works. So you just unscrew the end. I'll put some Waterman Serenity Blue in this one. If I can get the cap open. So you just get your pen, you squeeze this in, dip it in the ink, and then just give it a few seconds, and then you can pull it out and wipe it off. There we go. So there we go, it's filled. Put your cap back on, and you're all good to write. Oh, I'm getting ink everywhere just because I'm a messy grot, but we'll see. So let me adjust my camera a bit more. There we go, it's a bit better. Alright, so this is the Pilot E95S in the medium nib, and Waterman Serenity Blue. Alright, quick brown fox jumps over lazy dogs. That writes quite well, but like I said, I had this one modified to write slightly wetter, as how I like it. A bit of quick writing. It doesn't skip, that's just me being a really horrible writer. Wetness, obviously this will be a fairly wet pen. As you can see, it's quite wet. There's not really any line variation, there's a little tiny bit. You can see that there. But this isn't a pen designed to be flexible. It's quite a nice writing pen. Very nice and wet. This is the medium, which is still quite a wide nib, even for the Pilot. But I like this pen quite a lot. So it's quite wet there. No complaints about this pen at all with writing. I've never had any issues. Writes beautifully. This Waterman ink is quite well behaved ink. Can be a bit wet at times as well. But yeah, so there you go. If you want a not really nice writing pen, yeah, I'll just get that into focus. Nice writing pen. This is quite a nice red wine colour, or a burgundy, I think it might be called. You got your pen. It's quite small when you put it back together. So if you're looking for a nice pocket pen with a gold nib, I don't think you can really go wrong with this one. I definitely recommend it. It's a great writer and a great pen. Alright, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.